Have you ever woken up and just felt different? Like something inside you has completely changed overnight? For me, that feeling wasn't just a hunch. It was the start of the most insane journey of my life. My name is Leo, and just yesterday, I was just another kid with a poster of LeBron James on my wall and a worn-out basketball under my bed. My dream? The NBA? My reality? I could barely make a layup. But all that changed in a single night. Stick around, because you are not going to believe what happened next. It all started on what felt like the most ordinary Tuesday ever. I just had another brutal tryout for the high school team. Not this year, Leo, Coach Miller said, patting me on the back with that look of pity I knew all too well. Hit the gym, work on your fundamentals. I'd heard it a million times. I walked home, the bounce of my basketball echoing my own disappointment. I spent the rest of the evening shooting hoops in my driveway, brick after brick clanging off the rusty rim. Each miss was a reminder of how far I was from my dream. Frustrated, I finally tossed the ball aside and went to bed, the sting of failure fresh in my mind. I remember looking at my LeBron poster and just thinking, if only I had a fraction of your talent. Then I fell into a deep, dreamless sleep. The next morning, everything felt charged. The air in my room seemed to buzz with a weird energy. I chalked it up to a good night's sleep and went about my morning routine. On my way out the door, I absent-mindedly picked up my basketball. Instead of just grabbing it, my fingers seemed to magnetically wrap around it, the leather texture feeling like an extension of my own skin. For fun, I decided to take a shot from my front porch, a good 40 feet from the hoop. I didn't even really aim. I just flicked my wrist, and the ball soared through the air in a perfect silent arc. Swish. Nothing but net. I stood there, frozen. That had to be a fluke, right? A 1 in a million shot. I tried again. Swish. And again. Swish. And again from the sidewalk. Swish. Panic and excitement started bubbling up inside me. I raced to the local park, my heart pounding against my ribs. The court was empty. I stood at the half-court line, took a deep breath, and shot. The ball sailed effortlessly and dropped cleanly through the hoop. I started running, dribbling faster than I ever had before, my movements fluid and powerful. I did a crossover that would have made Allen Iverson proud, a move I'd only ever dreamed of. I leaped for a dunk, and instead of just touching the rim, my head was level with it as I slammed the ball through. It felt like I was playing as a maxed-out character in a video game, but this was real life. My best friend, Sam, showed up a little later. He saw me practicing and just stood there with his jaw on the floor. "Leo, since when can you do that?" he stammered, pointing at the hoop I just dunked on from a 360-degree spin. I didn't have an answer. We spent the entire day testing my new abilities. Every shot went in. Every dribble was perfect. I could see plays developing on the court before they even happened, like I had some kind of basketball sixth sense. We called it the glitch, as if my life's code had been rewritten overnight. Was it the dream? Was it something I ate? We had no idea, but one thing was clear. My life had just been turned completely upside down. The news spread like wildfire. Sam, being Sam, couldn't keep a secret this big. He filmed a few of my impossible shots and posted them online. The video went viral overnight. It was titled, "Local Kid Breaks Physics." My phone started blowing up with notifications. Local news channels wanted interviews. College scouts, who wouldn't have given me a second glance 2 days ago, were suddenly calling. It was a whirlwind. Coach Miller from my high school team called me personally, his voice a mix of disbelief and sheer awe. "Leo," he said, "I don't know what happened, but you have a spot on the team. You're our starting point guard." The first game was surreal. The entire town packed the gym, all there to see the glitch kid. The pressure was immense. Was this a one-time thing? Would my powers just disappear? The moment the ball was in my hands, though, all that fear vanished. It was just me and the game. I moved with a confidence I'd never known, sinking three-pointers from the logo, dishing out no-look passes that left my teammates speechless, and playing defense like a seasoned pro. We won by a landslide. I had scored 60 points. After the game, I was mobbed. Everyone wanted a piece of me. But amidst the chaos, I saw Coach Miller. He wasn't looking at me with pity anymore. He was looking at me with pride. This newfound fame was intoxicating but also terrifying. I was living the dream, but it wasn't a dream I had earned through hard work. It was a gift, an anomaly. What if it went away as quickly as it came? I started spending every waking moment on the court, not just to show off, but to understand. I began to realize that the power wasn't just in my hands or my legs. It was in my mind. The glitch gave me the physical ability, but I still had to learn the game, to understand the strategy, to be a leader. My powers made the shots, but my heart had to win the game. I started studying old game tapes, breaking down plays, and working with my teammates, teaching them to anticipate my impossible passes. The journey was just beginning. We were tearing through the season, undefeated. National media attention grew, and whispers of the NBA started to get louder. Scouts were no longer just watching. They were talking about the draft. My dream, the one that seemed so impossible, was suddenly within reach. But I knew the truth. I wasn't just Leo, the basketball prodigy. I was Leo, the kid who woke up one morning with a superpower he didn't understand. The real challenge wasn't making it to the NBA. It was figuring out who I was meant to be with or without these powers. Could a dream that came true overnight really last? I guess we're all about to find out. This whole experience taught me something incredible. Sometimes a little bit of belief, a spark of the impossible, is all you need to unlock the potential that was inside you all along. Maybe my powers didn't come from nowhere. Maybe they were buried deep down, waiting for me to finally believe in myself. What's your impossible dream? Maybe you're just one night away from making it a reality. Thanks so much for watching my story unfold. If you want to see what happens next on this crazy journey, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss it. See you in the next one.